Hello and welcome, everyone. We're going to be talking about how to make $10 million in 365 days with AI mobile apps. Now, this is from Greg Eisenberg. He put out a full article on X the other day. Got a lot of traction. People were wondering how to do this. So, you know what? We're going to see on this challenge if we're going to start doing this. We're going to start with day one, go through what we're building, looking at this article, seeing what he suggests, and then we're going to report our findings as we get there. So, this is a new challenge series. If you want, make sure that you like and subscribe. We're going to be doing this and documenting what happens. So, if you like this kind of content, you want us to continue going, seeing this through, let me know in the comment section down below. And also, too, if you want, I'm going to share my notes and what we're going to be doing and going step by step with this. So, first thing is we're going to look through this article and look at like the step by step, and then we're going to just start building, and we're going to pick the right tools, and we're just going to go from there. So, let's look at the review of what this article says. So, there's this one, and I'll put it in the chat if you want to see it, the one that he put out on X. And let's just talk about the steps. So I put it real quick in typing mind. And here are the steps going through this that we're going to go through. And then we're going to start with step number one. So let's go through the steps. The first one is pick a boring category where people pay monthly. Target categories with habitual use and low novelty risk. Utilities like scanners, alarms, call blocking, cleanup tools, PDF tools. We could also look at productivity. Let me zoom in for people. Let's see. Productivity, like time tracking, invoicing, or niche professional tools, inspectors, therapists, realtors, compliance labs, etc. The rule, if people use it weekly or daily and already paid $10 to $30, it's a candidate. So we've got to pick the right kind of category. Boring. It's not going to be something that's flashy or something like that. We're going for something boring. Step two, build a short list of paid but hated apps. What to look for: MRR, which is monthly recurring revenue, roughly 50K to 200K, means proven demand but not competitive. Ratings 4.0s. Ratings 4.0 stars or lots of complaints and recent reviews. That way we can take advantage of what people are complaining about. Retention signal: users keep paying despite complaints. Okay. The stale product, minimal updates or obvious dated UI. How to do it practically: use Sensor Tower or similar to find revenue or category patterns. Then go to the App Store reviews and copy complaints into a document. Make a spreadsheet: app name, price, ratings, core job to be done, top 10 review complaints, one feature that drives value guests. So that really dials into almost like the Amazon review, it seems like. They used to do this a lot when I was copywriting, where you would go to Amazon if you were looking for creating a similar useful nonfiction book. You would just look at the 4 stars and look at what people are complaining, and then you would just write a book that is focused on all of the complaints in that same category to get ahead. Step three, identify the one feature that prints money. You're not rebuilding a whole product, you're building the single workflow people pay for with 10x better UX or speed. 10x, well, actually, UX and speed. So we're going to look at 50% of reviewers mentioned the same pain. Is that basically a one screen, one output? So to make it simple, are users paying for something that feels like it should be easier? Step four, it mentions a spot where AI collapses steps. Don't add AI randomly. So AI is strongest where users do repetitive transformation work like upload, wait, interpret, copy and paste elsewhere, categorizing, tagging, sorting, summarizing documents, generating reports or status updates, intake plus triage. So turn messy inputs into structured outputs. This is a lot of the same framework of like why automation companies and automation agencies are so successful, because you're doing exactly this. Of course, you can have this with AI, but having a workflow for automation, this can be addressed right here. Okay, so the goal is turn a 6-step workflow into a 1-step plus clear result. Replace dashboard that shows stuff with recommendations and next steps. So just make it very simple. Step 5, create the 10x better spec. Ship one wedge feature. Write a one-page spec with a target user, core job, before, so like the current pain flow, and then after, what are the new flow plus 1 to 3 steps. AI assists, AI assistance. Exactly what AI does: summarize, extract, clarify, recommend. Output, what the user gets. Report, decision, export, share link. So this is really showing like the before and after and like the customer journey of what they're doing. Pricing, value based, so often $10 to $30 a month, but just justify with outcome. Okay, so that's interesting. We'll look at the math of what that would need to do. And then let's see, number 6, build the app fast, MVP sells. So build only onboarding, the core workflow, payment subscription, and export mechanism, basic retention loop. So email, push notifications are relevant. Everything else is later. Now look at what it says in step 7. Validate with distribution before you overbuild. The tweet's key point: distribution is a feature. Do this early. Find 50 to 200 niche creators. Pitch a simple offer. I built X workflow to be 10x faster. Want early access? Get paid UGC. User generated content. Run small tests with UGC, 10 creators times 1 video each. Measure CTR, install, trial, paid conversion. If creators can't explain it quickly on video, your product wedge isn't sharp enough. Interesting. So this really, we first get a little bit of traction, and then we start expanding by having other creators, test it out for us. Step 8, scale what works, then repeat. Portfolio, holding company approach. So when one app is profitable, keep it stable, reuse your infrastructure, billing, analytics, creator outreach, AI pipeline, launch the next paid but hated rebuild. This is how you end up with a portfolio instead of one bet. Okay. And this is common. This is common. So we see a lot of creators on Twitter doing this. So, okay, that's the steps. So those are the 8. And then it says a money-making app idea derived directly from the tweet. Okay. And this one was just like DocDrop AI. Turn, upload, and wait. So this is problem. People pay monthly for document-heavy tools, PDF, compliance, insurance. That makes upload files, wait, and then interpret manually. The app could be uploads and then a 1-sentence summary, key fields extracted, what to do next, one-click export. Who pays? Small businesses, freelancers, agents, admins, anyone with repetitive doc handling. Why it wins: it doesn't replace judgment, it removes annoying steps. And then you have 3 prices right here: distribution, bookkeepers, real estate admin, paralegal, insurance, small business ops. And then watch me turn a 20-minute admin task into 20 seconds. Okay, cool angle right there. So if this is going to be like the step-by-step, and we're going to be trying this out and going through this. So if you want to see us, again, we're going to be writing down our notes. There'll be a link down below when we're writing out our document. If you want to follow along, this is a post that Greg Eisenberg put out. And so we're going to do day 1 of trying this out and looking for this. So we are going to be starting with step 1. Pick a boring category where people pay monthly. So first thing is we have to start looking at where we can find this information, where we can start finding businesses at 50 to 200 MR, monthly recurring revenue. So let's take a look at how we're going to do this. First of all, we first need to find these different businesses. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to log in and get some bookmarks of some of the things that we could look at. So number 1, app figures. What is this? Oh, already see, that was something else I was working on for RPG games. Let's see. That's good. We have app figures here. And then what else do we need? Mention Sensor Tower. Let's take a look. Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, we'll log in. We'll take a look. All right. So we'll look at Sensor Tower first. And then we're going to look at app figures. let me get started. Let me log into both. And these are basically going to allow us. So let's talk about what these tools do, first of all. If you want to follow along, I'll put them in the chat as well. So these are going to show us metrics of different apps that are doing well in the App Store. We can start gleaning on exactly what approximately like what they're making, possible like downloads, estimate revenue, things like that. And App Figures, this is run by who is the person? Now he's doing YouTube as well. What's his name? Ariel? All right, yeah. So we're shout out to Ariel and shout out to Paul, by the way, for suggesting all these tools. He is an app builder. He's doing a lot of great things on YouTube and X as well. So shout out to Paul for helping me with the research on this. If you want to see Paul on the show and what he's up to, he's been building a lot of different interesting things with Codex, and it's pretty interesting. So let me do a quick shout out to Paul. He's doing some great things. So if you want him on the show, message me or message Paul that he should be on the show, and we'll kind of go from there. So again, thanks so much, Paul, for helping me with some of these tools. And just want to say that. So let's go over here, and we're going to be picking two different tools. So the two tools we're looking at is Sensor Tower and then App Figures. So Sensor Tower, one platform, every metrics, and then visibility. So we'll kind of look at their information. And then for App Figures, we can look at real data. We'll look at downloads and revenue. Let me create an account real quick. And then we'll get started over here. Okay. As someone was asking, like, why don't I do music on stream? Every time that I have tried to pay for music and try to do this on stream, someone buys that music or something, and then I get flagged like 6 months later. So you know what I just said? I'm gonna stop. I'm stop putting music on. That's the reason. I might have to go back and ask for like a DJ or something and doing some kind of like lo-fi or something that we own the music, but like I've gone through enough of this where I've been streaming for years, and then and then I get flagged for copyrighted music. So I just stopped. I stopped. I love doing music on stream, but like that was the problem. Okay, so let's take a look. So welcome to App Figures, one stop monitoring for growing your apps. Connect, skip to intelligence. Let's do that first. Okay. Okay. So right here we have top downloaded for iOS, Google, and then Unified. Okay. So we have app intelligence here, universal analytics, sales and downloads, subscriptions, revenue. Let's look at revenue first. So it says in this report, aggregate revenue tracking, see combined revenue from all your revenue. Okay. So this is me. But I wonder if I can look at it from stores. Let's look at what app intelligence is. Find a specific app or explore. Okay. So I wonder, category ranks. Okay, so I have to look, view the rank of currently or historically in the last hour, paid, top grossing. There are no apps that match this. So I wonder, let's try this. Let's see what it says. Okay. We can look at this, but I want to see if I can keyword, find keywords, competitive keywords. Keyword density, competitor comparison. Okay. Make smarter decisions. Okay, so I'm picking right here. Market trends, trending apps. Let's look at this. Download momentum. Uncover, unlock. Let's see about this. What do I have to do? Hidden gems here. All right, let's see. So what do I have? More about this report. Available apps. Okay, that's great. So I can only unlock if I do. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. Come on, bro. All right, let's take a look. Top apps. So what can I see? Is this more of a tool for myself? Okay, select genre, top overall. Okay, thank you. Now let's see when I click into one of these. No estimate. Okay, so grossing. That's interesting. 10 million. Okay, so we have something here. So what did I do? I went to market trends, trending apps, and then also hot new apps. Let's look at those two. Hot new apps. Okay, hidden right there. So we have top apps. We can do that right now. Hold on one second. Well, let's take a look at this real quick. Someone's calling me. Just telling them that I'm on the call. Let's see. Okay, cool. Sorry about that. All right, let's take a look. Okay, overall, top apps. Okay, cool. Turn that down. Okay, so let's go back into this one. Pick a boring category. We have this over here. Just putting things around real quick. Okay, we have this one over here. Let's move all of this stuff out of the way. Hot apps, let's move that. And we're going to move this one over here. All right. So let's talk about this. Let's go business. Okay, let's see about this. Paid for business. Okay, so we got quite a few right here. Then it says grossing, and then so paid and then grossing. Hot schedules, Jump desktop, EC mobile, voice recorder, turbo scan, so a PDF scanner. Interesting. Tape a call pro, file browser professional, contacts 2x. Okay, interesting. Let's look at the top ones. iScanner, invoice maker, invoice simple. A lot of invoices. Interesting. So, okay. To me, let's go with trends. Let's say apps that are making a lot of money. Let's just go with number one, invoicing apps. Interesting. Okay, let's look at how much they're making. Invoicing apps and the scanner apps too. So let's look at the analytics. Okay, 330,000 downloads. Estimated net revenue. So the net revenue earned from paid downloads, in purchases, and subscriptions last month across all countries, over 4 million. That's just wild to me. Just wild. 4 million. Okay, so we can kind of look at what they were doing. Now let's look at our rules here. The rules is making 50 to 200K a month. Okay, so that's interesting. Okay, so that's iScanner. Let's look at the invoice one. Invoice 120K, so 120,000 downloads, about less than a million per month. Okay, that's still not bad. Invoice simple, less than 2 million, 30K downloads. Pretty interesting. Substantially less downloads, but yeah, look at that. And it's still competing. A fraction of that. Okay. Invoice maker. Fax from iPhone? That's wild. Fax from iPhone. Fax from iPhone. That is just okay. That's wild. Fax from iPhone. Okay. So we did that, and then we're gonna say scanning app. Okay. To me, I'm thinking about not only like the category, but also who could use it, such as like window cleaners, like service-based businesses. If you're thinking about landscapers, very specific niche with these kind of things. Okay, we've got that scanning, package tracker, cost estimator. Hmm. Okay. And then also, does it give us similar apps too? That's cool. Apps and productivity. So this is giving us a wide range. Okay. Tiny scanner. Scanners. Call recorder. Jobber field service software. And this is just something interesting. Some of the top amounts for this category, just very basic things, but okay. Printer. I think we get the message here. Smart printer. Remote job search. Okay, so that's with another brand. Hot schedules, and they're so far down in the almost 90s compared to like, yeah, just the grossing ones are fascinating. Okay, let me know in the comment section if this is making sense, if this is something interesting, if you want to see a different category. So we're just collecting top apps and taking a look at this. Updated an hour ago. Let's see. Top apps. Shadow Launch Technology Limited. What is this? Details over 100. Skyview. That's not my neighbor. Interesting. What is this, a game? These make sense here. Style book? Less than 5,000. Okay. Learn Japanese, so language apps. Developer tools, entertainment, finance. Let's take a look at finance. Mile IQ, that makes a lot of sense. For businesses, finance right there. Yeah, 2 million. Yeah. Every dollar budget management. Interesting. Rocket Money, that makes a lot of sense. Trading Views, Seeking Alpha, interesting. Building and fixed credit. I think this might be a little bit harder to jump into. Okay. 100,000 downloads, 500,000 revenue. Simply Wise, receipts and expenses. Under 5,000 downloads, but 95K per month. Okay, so I'm going to put that down in my book. So I'm thinking about a lot of reporting or organization for businesses. Security and protection. Budget, smart, quicken, simplify. Okay. Okay. Let's just take a look at a couple more. Health and fitness. For this one, I could see this being a big thing if you had an influencer. I think I would want to more focus on business or entrepreneurs with businesses. Makes sense with Washington Post. How much is Washington Post, Poland. Over 70. Oh my goodness, it's just wild. Fluxseed Mini Flux. What is this? No estimate. Interesting. Okay. Medical, and then we'll look at productivity. Oh, travel makes sense. Huckleberry, baby and child. Okay. 110K. Pregnancy and tracker app. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Full code medical simulation. Glucose. So, I mean, makes sense. Diabetes and pregnancy. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Huge numbers. Blood pressure monitoring. Let's take a look at productivity and then travel. Productivity. Speechify, voice assistant. Yeah. Makes a lot of sense. Voice assistants. Less than 260K downloads. We transfer files. Oh, interesting. Yahoo Mail. DocuSign. Mega? What's Mega? Interesting. Are those downloads? PDF converter. Manus AI. Let's do PDF converter. Was that 4 actually? PDF converter. Interesting. Okay. We have this over here. Let's take a look at some other ones that we could be looking at. Let's see. Paid. Oh, 3 things. What is this? Listen, 15. Taper Monkey. Scrivener. Interesting. Oilfied calendar? Is this what I think it would be? Okay, I gotta look into this. What is this? It was not what I was thinking. This is a place to find out what is going on in the oil patch in your area. Huh. So interesting. And there's an app for it. That is fascinating. Huh. Okay, about 5,000. Remember, we're looking at 50, but that's still interesting. A really niche. Really niche. Okay. Probably something with Python. Dark Reader on Safari. I bought that. Bought that for my computer. Okay. What are they making? Okay, about 5,000 a month or below that. OCR scanner. Just look at the numbers. Okay. Oh, 25K. Cam scanner, OCR scanner. Interesting. Take a look at this. Very interesting. Boost your productivity. So it's going to be scanning, sync across. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to say something about scanning or something. Well, I already have scanning app on it. Okay. All right. Let's go to one more category. Travel. I think we're getting a good stuff right here. Okay, makes sense. Flight tracking. That's a big one. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. Close to 1 million downloads. They're making close to, I mean, they're making almost 1 million a month on flight tracking. Interesting. This one, less than 1 million, 300K. A lot of flights, which makes sense with travel. I thought it was going to be more hotels, but that makes a lot of sense. Solo travel friends. Okay. 70K. That's interesting. Let's take a look at this. Travel with friends around the world. Hmm. Make friends around the world. Ooh, so okay. That makes a lot of sense too. That makes a lot of sense, especially solo travelers connecting with ones. I like it. Very interesting. I think that's more difficult because it's like the component of like a community thing too, but really interesting carving out that space. All right. So we got some interesting ones. One of the and this one something just makes me very interesting. Like the oil field one, that's fascinating to me. That's fascinating. Very niche. I think about I mean, it's profitable, it makes sense. People, I mean, yeah, that just makes a lot of sense. I know nothing about oil, but fascinating. All right, so we just did a glance of all these different types of applications. To me, invoicing app, scanning app, something like that, and then like tracking bills or receipts. I think that's going to be the thing, and maybe very specific, like an industry or something like that. That's what I'm just thinking about right now. Okay, so we've done our research, and if you want to check this out for yourself, check out App Figures. Interesting. And what we did was we went to the top ranked iOS and then just went from there. Yeah. All right. So yeah, we went over here, market trends, and then trending apps. I'm gonna try this one too. Link additional apps. Analyze download trends and categories. And then what's this Explorer button? Oh wow. Okay, so this is pretty yeah, I mean this is more intense. Okay. So we did a good pass on these first. We have an idea of what we need to look at. Let's look at sensor tracker. And I think I can just look at like top charts or something and look at the overall categories. Okay. And in-app purchases, let's say yes. Those those don't have in-app? Huh. Interesting. Facts on iPhone, invoice maker, estimate invoice maker. Okay. Scanner, man. Audio notes, more scanning. So this is what I'm going to do. Let's take a look at let me not make up things. Let me just follow step by step. Okay, so we found a few that proven over 50 to 200K ratings, 4.0 or lots of complaints. Okay, so let's start looking at a few here. So these are the categories. And what I'm going to put in right here. I've been doing some research, and here are the top 5 different categories I'm looking at. I feel like they're saturated. Is there anything that I need to consider to make them more niche or something to consider before I start looking at the ratings and signals? Give me your reasoning why. Okay. All right. Let's take a look at what it says. What to decide before you look at ratings so you don't pick a dead end. Are you competing in a generic utility or workflow for a specific person? Why it matters. Generic utilities get crushed by incumbents. Okay, workflow for X lets you charge. So PDF converter for job seekers, scanner for real estate agents, Receipt tracker for YouTube creators. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Is there a built-in repeated use case? Pick, yeah, variants where users repeat weekly. Receipts ongoing, scanning ongoing. You can make a 30-second demo that sells. Oh yeah, they're saying given you have a YouTube and newsletter, your edge is basically demo transformation. Okay, and show it off. Is the wedge protected from platform commoditization? What is it? Commoditization. Why it matters. Apple and Google incumbents keep absorbing generic features. Okay. Category by category, how to niche down. All right. So let's scroll back up to step 1. Okay, let's think about something for X. Let's put this in. I'm thinking it's going to be either invoicing for a very specific category. I go back to like either like service-based businesses such as like detailers, window washers, something where it's specific like that. Possible. Let's see, car deal detailers. Let's say creators. The problem with creators, I would feel that creators, it's very wide. Some are just getting started, so they don't really have a lot of disposable income, especially with their business getting started, right? So it's going to be the bare minimum that they're going to do. So I don't think it's going to be that necessarily. I could see entrepreneurs, but if I go for creators, I think this would be more of a problem. I think if I look for like civil engineers or something like that, that's going to be a little bit better. So I'm going to say engineers or let's see, city projects. Think about something where they're working on very specific types. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna put in creators. I'm gonna say no. I'm crossing. I'll just exit out. X. Car dealers, window cleaners. I could see that. Landscapers or exterior cleaners. Okay. So let's go with that. Let's go with that. Okay. Invoicing. I gotta look into why people are invoicing on their phones too. Are they invoicing in person? That's interesting. Okay, cool. So we have a couple of that. So we've targeted, we've got a couple different things. I'm still putting in this oil field count. I'm fascinated. I'm fascinated. 199 hitches, dates. What is this? Working in the oil field is tough. By figuring out your days off is easy with the Oilfied calendar. If you're an oil field worker, Oil Field Calendar is the easy to use calendar and planning app that you just can't do without. So, how easy it can be to organize your calendar. What? This is just wild to me. Just wild. I need to think about that oil field calendar. It's just a calendar to keep track of your days. That's wild. I would think that would even be, say, for instance, you could do that for any, if you're a construction worker, if you're a window cleaner. This is just interesting that you're paying 199. Okay, I'm gonna look at this one more time. We're gonna take a picture and then I'll get off of this. This is just, again, if you know your target demographic, let me go over here. Let me see if I can find it. Where was it? Copy. Finance? Someone's watching and someone's like, yeah, you did this wrong or it's somewhere else. Please let me know. I gotta find this thing. That's just wild to me. But again, you just gotta know your audience. I'll find it. I'll find it later. I'll stop. I'll stop. How's that not under finance though? Okay, I'll stop. Okay. Still a great example. Let's take a screenshot. Let's take a screenshot. Okay. Okay, so we've got that landscape, niche category like oil fields. Wild. I think construction workers can work too. Construction workers. I think it's going to be a little bit difficult. And I think like maybe even niching down more than that. I could see chemical plants. Okay. So we've got that done. Okay, now what we need to do, now that we've picked some boring businesses, productivity, we did this, we looked at everything. Okay, we've looked if the MRR matches. Now let's take a look at the complaints. Let me move this over. I'm gonna move this over. I think we're good on this. We'll have this as a backup for our sensor tower. Now let's take a look at App Store reviews. Let's see. How to copy bulk App Store reviews. Okay. To copy bulk reviews, third parties like AppFollow, Sociable Kit. Interesting. Okay, AppFollow. How to find. Look at this one. Let's see here. What is pricing? 2 free sources, unlimited this one. Okay, so let's take a look at this. And we can do this manually too for a couple of these things. So rating right here. Let's go with invoice. Hold on. All right, let's take a look at this. All right, so we have that ratings. Let me move some things around here. Okay, let's start looking at the ratings a little bit. 1,200 ratings? That's just insane to me. Okay, so how do I do this? Let's go from this. Possible categories. Okay. Let's go back to invoicing and let's start trying to look at these apps directly. I'm going to go back to app figures. thought it was just there. Top apps? Did I do top apps? Okay, there we go. Okay, let's take a look. Business. Oh, Replic's on there, huh? Interesting. Okay, let's go with, let's just test this out to see how we do. iScanner. Let's take a look. All this information similar to, which is interesting. Full profile. Okay. Recent sentiments. Rating and reviews. Track this app to view. Okay. Continue. Still not competitive. Boo. But you gotta do it. Okay, so how can we look at app reviews for free? Console connect. There's another way. I'm gonna send a message to Paul. Sending a message to Paul. Is there a way to download an apps? Download app reviews in bulk for competitor analysis. Competitor analysis. Purposes. There we go. Doing that for free. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Just sent that over there. So let's go over here for a second. Okay, so we built this list here. All right. Let's just keep going. Also, recent complaints. And now let's create just a spreadsheet. Now, one thing is, I wish I had something that did this automatically. So that's a whole nother product right there. But let's just build this in Google Sheets real quick to keep track of this. Let's take a look at this. Let's just make a sheet to keep track of all of this. app review tracker. But I could just create something unlovable real quick, but that's over engineering. I'm not going to do it. Let's see. Put this on the other screen so I can just see it real quick. Okay, app name, price, rating, job to be done, top 10 complaints. One feature. Okay, let's move some stuff around. Okay, that's fine. We have that. Okay, copy complaints into document. And then what we'll do is maybe make another. I'm debating. I'll worry about that once we get there. I think we'll have to make another document or something. Okay. Or I could do it in Notion doc. Tons of ways of doing it. Okay, but this is simple enough. So let's get some practice in here. What we could do is here. Let's just practice. Okay. Eye scanner. Let's take a look. I wonder if I could use this with Firecrawl. All right, let's just do this real quick. I want to create an app where I can look at different apps in the App Store and easily export all of the comments from the App Store, something like that. I think that's a little bit too much. I'll just say export all the comments. Let's see how they do it. I'm thinking that I would use Firecrawl with it as well. Let's see what it says. I know. It's like we over engineer. I know. I can't help myself. Just seeing if we can make it a little bit easier for ourselves. That's all. Is that a crime? Let's see. Like to plan out the app on both. Format to export. Let's just do CS3. Basic rating and standard include author plus date, include and review content, standard basic plus author and date. Paste the URL directly. I think both would work actually. Let's just see what we need. I'm just checking. How easy is this? Okay, let's take a look at this. Last month's estimator invoice maker. Let's see, explore. What is this? Let's just do a moderate. Nothing crazy. Okay, so let's see what we can be doing here. Let's drop right there. Implement. See? All right. Let's take a look here. Okay. Yeah, you have all that. Back. Yeah. Connect. All right. Let's do this. Okay. Let's see. Okay, it's working on that. All right, let's write down some notes. Let's do some notes here. Let's make this a brand new workspace as this is working. Where's my typing mod? Okay, let's do this. And we're going to make this day one. So what do we learn in day one? So right now, working on boring business. What do we learn here? I'll put in just some of these notes. can also say resources. Let's see. Okay, so we're okay, cool. Search apps, search app, and let's see what happens. Search apps, fetch reviews, and export CSV. Now, this would be an example of an app maybe we could use. Let's test it out. Okay, so this is live. Let's take a look. Let's do oil field. So let's go back. Let me just paste it in here. Wow, okay. So pulled it. User 3. Export. Okay. So we fetched it and it worked. Let's export it as a CSV. I love doing stuff like this. Let's just import. Open now. Okay, so the format. Well, I don't know why the format is weird. Let's do this. So first of all, it worked. We just need to make a couple changes. Let's see about this. See attachment. See attached image and look at the structure for the export for the Google Sheet. How can we make this more concise? Okay, so basically I'm just describing what's happening, what I don't like, and we're going to see if we can fix it. Let's see how much. Okay, cool. Okay. Yeah. Just thinking about it. But still, we made something that actually works. What I probably need is a filtering, like a rating for filtering different ratings. Like we only want top like 4 stars and below, and then like based on date too. The column F contains very long text that makes it unwielding. Okay, cool. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, I mean, to tell you the truth, okay, so we built this out and then we ended up building our own little app right there. I'm going to send this to Paul. Let's take a look. Okay, cool. 13 more cards. Let's take a look. Let's add a way to filter results based on rating system, based on stars, and based on date of rating. Cool. Let's take a look at that. Again, we're just building stuff for things to solve our own problems. We were having trouble finding ones right here. And then going from there. Let's see. Implement that. Let's see. You know, I could see this almost being like an app reviewer exporter, the same way as like Amazon. Is there an Amazon app review exporter? There's a scraper. How much is this? Obviously. Free samples available. What if there's just one? Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Do I have store filters? I have the store filter. Okay. Let's update it. Look at the security thing in 1 second. All right. Okay, so we did that. Done. Let's go over here for publishing and let's look at the security. Here, let's do this. I fix this. Let's look at the security, change some things out. Save exports, review. Okay. No, I mean, we'll do that later, I think. Updated. Okay, so let's change out some things with this app. Turn off the badge. Go back. Let's have a look. search, and then what we're going to do here, let's go back here and try it again. Like that. Interesting. Okay. I'm saying, how many ratings does it come in? Okay. Let's see about this. I'm going to just say, I only see a few ratings, but I see that they have 1,200 Ys on. So let's take a look. Review attached image. I only see a few reviews, but on the App Store page, there are thousands of reviews. How can I pull more reviews? Do I need to request more to be able to increase the amount of reviews that I'm fetching? Take a look. Oh, thanks so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, we're trying something new, man. We're trying something new. The current implementation only scrapes the single App Store page you provide, which typically only shows a small handful. Here's the problem. The challenge both use infinite scroll, reviews are loaded dynamically. Let me check how Firecrawl is set up and explore alternatives. Okay. Yeah. Which makes sense. Apple RSS feed recommended free, no API key needed. Let's go with option one. Okay. So, let's take a look here. All right. Okay, done. The function uses the Apple's RSS to fetch up to 500 reviews from major countries. Try searching with the app again. Okay. And what I'm going to do is add Loading progress. Hey, man, what's going on? Thanks so much. Yeah, we're trying something out. Um, we'll see. It's ambitious, but we're gonna see it, and then obviously we're gonna try to, repurpose and use other content around it. But yeah, we're trying it out and seeing what happens. Thanks so much for stopping by, man. Okay, so we're adding a little bit of loading here. I like it. Implement this. Okay, cool. Just thinking about its life. Okay. We'll see what it looks like, the difference. But for the first draft and just doing this, like remember we were having trouble finding ones that were reasonably priced and we just built it in 5 minutes with Lovable. Like that's the power of it, man. Henry, hey, thanks so much for being here. Let me know if you have any questions. This is great. Thanks so much for everyone jumping in and seeing the feed, man. Yeah, we're trying something new, man. Trying out these new formats. Especially with all I mean, there's so much you can be doing with vibe coding and different things. So yeah, we're trying it out, trying all these new things. So and we're building in the process. We're building out the tools we want to get this done quicker the way that we want to do it too. Let me know if you have any questions, Henry. So right now it's building out. Let's keep adding here. Okay. Let's do well, that's a funny car, but and we'll have this for anyone to download it or just have access to this as we're building this out. So I'll put it up a little bit later today. Let's see. Let's do screenshots too of this. Come on now. Yeah. Future gonna be on portrait mode. Yeah, so we're streaming on both right now. We're streaming on both. Yeah, great question. Let's see. Categories and apps. Let's mention it. Let's see. Okay, we're done with it. Add the selector. Okay. Saving changes. Add rating filter. I thought I already did. Let's take a look at this. To show reviews only for specific stars. Only 1-star reviews for negative feedback analysis. Okay, I like it. Let's add one more. And we're going to say, couldn't find app exporter. What can we find? What was the name of it? App review exporter. Built our own. For free. built our own. That's great. Well, thanks, man. Yeah. I think we can repurpose this. We can definitely do this for some video ideas too. Yeah, I'm recording everything. That way we have it in like 4K for camera and everything. So then we could just do intros and everything like that. But I think we could definitely do this as a series for a video series. Yeah. Pretty easily. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. See, already exists. I knew that. Quick filter presets, add rating distribution chart. We don't need to do all that. Okay, let's update it. Okay. Ooh, region. Let's take a look at that too. Okay, cool. And then if not, you can just, okay. Interesting. Okay, so I just want the US and there. So let's do direct. Let's do this again. See what happens. Okay, 147 in 2 countries. Okay, let's go with 4 stars and lower. Interesting. Okay, this is really good. Need to fix. Not all the events entered show on calendar. Crew change. Just downloaded it yesterday, and the first trip is good to go. The rest of the trips are showing me coming to. Okay, cool. And then if we switch it over to just 5-star, great. So we have that, and then we can decide on like from what date to what date too. Love it. Okay, cool. So we just created yeah, we just created our own app reviewer exporter pretty easily, just a couple minutes. And now we can keep going for like the next day of how to do this. So we exported this. Let's take a look at the export too. So let's look at less than 5 stars, right? Let's export it. So we're going to export and let's bring it into Google Sheets. And then we could probably add it to ChatGPT to like analyze it, probably. Just like give us review of like what's the summary? What are most people saying? So let's import, upload. Let's do this. Rating, date, review text. Oh, looks a lot better too. I bought and downloaded this. Great app. Really helpful. Okay, cool. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. So let's see about testing review exporter for oil field. Okay. So let's download this. And I guess we could have it. Yeah, it's a download as a CSV. You know what? Okay. So we already have that. I didn't really need to. So I could just use the CSV and put it into chat, actually. Okay. So let's just bring the CSV. I didn't need to put it into that one to bring it. So let's just put this right in here. So we're just doing the CSV. review the CSV of the app that I'm looking at the reviews. Give me a consensus of the two main complaints of the app. Okay, so it has the CSV right here. It's analyzing. I could probably even say, like, look at the review text or something like that. But we'll just see what it does. Okay, so it's using Python. Let's see what it's doing. Extracting sample reviews, mentioning two main issues, columns. It's looking at what's happening, the updates, the errors. Okay. And then it's giving me the output. Okay. After reviewing the CSV, there are two clear things. The app breaks after updates. It's the biggest issue by far. Multiple reviews mention that. Stability and control problem around releases. Losing trust because updates getting worse. Pricing. Users questioning why it's paid. Confusion about pay related features. Some feeling it should be free or cheaper. Requests for better pay period tracking or financial logic. This isn't pure too expensive. It's the value with clear enough. This is pretty interesting. So again, okay, so we're gonna put this up if people want this too. Let me know in the comment section if you want to see this, if you want this. But we just created an app reviewer that fetches it, and then you know what? We can do one click export, and I wonder if we could have a button that gives you a consensus, like a one button consensus of the two main things, the two main complaints. The two main complaints. That's going to be an update. We're going to see about it. Let me know if you want to see that. But again, this is the whole point of the series. We're going through and trying to, again, what are we trying to do? We're trying to make 10 million in 365 days. But we're also seeing a lot of in between sections of even just trying to do this. There's a lot of friction of like tools that don't exist, just like this, that I'm like, I just Googled it, couldn't even find it. And in going from there. So like we might have this as a freemium product that we put out into the market just because like there's nothing that exists right here that's just very simple that we can just start having. Love it. Okay, so this is, the end of day one. We'll come back later and we'll come back and see what we're going to be doing. But like even looking for the reviews and making it easy, we found a problem in the market of like just trying to find like a tool that will just give us uh the export of the ratings and like a one click sentiment analysis of what we're seeing here. So if this is interesting to you, you want to see more, make sure you like and subscribe. We're going to do this. We're going to just keep doing this every day and see what happens. But really interesting. This is our first thing that we built. We're going to look at some other things. And if you like this stuff, make sure you like and subscribe. Tell us what you like, what you don't like. And again, we'll be back with more content in the future very soon. All right, everybody. Have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.